The only concern was that you were going to spend money and you weren't going to get it back. Look at this.
Right.
You needed volume so you can hear this too.
Whoa.
I mean, what in the
Oh my God.
Dude, he looks like old. I'm back.
I'm back.
Obviously, Mike Tyson was a super athlete when he was young.
Oh, my God.
No one, when they're 20, usually can move like that.
Yeah.
And here he is, 53, moving like a world champ, throwing bombs. Again, it's only on the pads. We don't know what happens if he spars.
Right.
But
still.
But you have to
Like the praying
surmise.
mantis, if he makes the first move,
You have to.
he's going to rip your head off.
Mike Tyson explains his desire to fight again. I feel unstoppable now. The gods of war have reawakened me. And he said something about the gods of war have awakened me. They've reignited my ego and want me to go to war again.
Whoa.
Holy that's so terrifying.
Joe Rogan is stunned by Mike Tyson's ripped physique for Floyd Mayweather fight. And this is the part Joe keeps coming back to every time Tyson is mentioned.
That's still Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's still what I see in my nightmares.
And that is a guy who's on testosterone. That's a guy who's on human growth hormone.
Gotta be, right?
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I mean, I never asked him, but I couldn't imagine he would try to do this without, and I couldn't imagine he would be able to keep that physique. Oh, he has power. His real power.
And that's why, like, everybody's talking about this Mike Tyson thing. I was like, man, they should not be letting this thing happen.
I really hope he doesn't knock Mike Tyson out.
To me,
I'll just be real bummed out to see Mike get KO'd at 58 years old.
60, basically.
like, what other sport would we let a 58-year-old man compete other than golf?
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we letting this happen?
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but he's made for it, man. Like, he's made
Mike
for it.
is?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Listen,
what he is.
Dude, he's perfectly capable of knocking him out.
He is perfectly capable. If he zigs when he should have zagged, if Mike can close the distance in a way that he doesn't expect, and Mike also has layers upon layers of attacks that are in his mind.
When Mike isn't locked in for war, he can look almost ordinary sitting across from you. Calm, relaxed, like time softened him a little. But the moment a fight gets real, the whole man changes and the room shifts with him.
Mike, I think that's crazy. He's going to have an exhibition with Tyson, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mike is so much bigger than him.
Yeah,
he's
but
so much bigger than him.
he's not going to land a fist on Mayweather.
Right. It's
not
gonna be
after
hard.
his last performance. You know, I think Tyson just needs
What do
to
you
get
think was going on with the last one? It looked a little bit like sparring.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was scripted.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Tyson biting his gloves, and like you could just, it was taking all that he could not to like hit him.
Joe has said he's done multiple interviews with Tyson. One time, Mike looked like a regular guy at the table. Then another time, he showed up in fight shape and looked massive. Thick through the shoulders, dangerous in the chest. The kind of presence that makes the air feel heavier when he walks in. Joe even joked he needed a bigger table just to handle Tyson's presence, because when Mike is in that mode, he takes over the room.
Tyson is the reason why this desk is this width. Did I tell you that?
No. This is real?
Yeah. I had a smaller desk that I was planning on using for the new studio. When I'm like, maybe it'd be better if I'm a little closer to the people. But then I did a podcast with Tyson. I did two of them with Tyson. One, when he was high, when he was running Tyson's Ranch. He had a little bit of a belly. He was jolly. He was just high all the time. We had a wonderful conversation. And then next time he came in is when he's preparing for the Roy Jones fight.
Oh,
and
wow.
He was jacked. And he had these big ass muscles in his forearms. And he made me so nervous. Like he was so keyed up. You could tell. Like he was ready to go.
Oh,
he was
wow.
ready to go. And I'm like, no. This small table. I need to have.
And that's why this Floyd fight is people talking. Because Floyd may be the polished technician, the master of distance and control. But Tyson still carries that raw, terrifying energy that doesn't disappear just because he's older.
It's heartbreaking to see a icon go out like that.
Yeah.
You know, and
but it's crazy also to see him fight at 57 years old. Like that's
but
nuts.
still, like he shouldn't have been in there at all. You know, I think it's
the money.
It's other ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's other ways.
Joe also points out the uncomfortable money truth. That legends don't always stay rich the way fans imagine. Exhibitions become the easiest way to keep that lifestyle going without leaving the spotlight. So when you look at Tyson now, ripped, heavy, and sharp like a man ready for business, it stops feeling like nostalgia and starts feeling like a warning.
And that's bothering nobody. I love this guy. Like, why would he want to fight Iron Mike Tyson? I was minding my business. I wasn't bothering nobody. He just wanted, he picked. He came. He said, "Damn, we got a bag, huh, Mike?" No, I didn't say that. No, it's a bag though. You and Floyd Mayweather that's come on, two biggest names in the whole. What is this? The 20th century and shit. This is the fucking 21st century. These are the two biggest names in the 21st century. I guess a bag is involved. Oh, big.
And just when Joe Rogan is talking about Tyson turning into a wrecking machine again, Dan Rafael steps in and shifts the mood from "this is insane" to "this is where boxing is now." He starts circling the Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 situation like someone who didn't like the first ending. And when he calls the original fight terrible, it makes sense because people remember the event, not the action.
Fight, the rematch with Pacquiao that has been announced by their teams and by Netflix, which will carry that fight because they like to do those, big fights that are more name recognition than serious combat. With the exception being, of course, when they did Canelo against Crawford, which was 2 prime, names.
Then he brings up the real point. 50-0 is on the line. Now, it's not nostalgia. It's risk at 49 years old. Floyd built everything protecting that 0. And now it's being put on the table again. That's either huge confidence or serious financial motivation. And Dan says it clearly, Floyd needs the money.
Boxer in the history, whoever put on gloves, that treasured his undefeated record more than Floyd Mayweather. That the fact that could go away is not insignificant. So if there's any reason to be interested in that rematch, that may be it. As you said, it will be an official fight. So there is that. But I'm if they decide not to do that, I won't be unhappy about it. Let Floyd be 50-0, fine. But he needs the money, and obviously he's going to make money.
Then you add Mike Tyson to all of this, a man close to 60, still fighting like he has unfinished business. It starts to feel like legacy roulette. But even while criticizing it, Dan explains why it works. The names are huge, the curiosity is strong. People complained before and still watched. Add age, stakes, and unpredictability, and everyone will still tune in.
50 and all record.
100%. That's the only thing that makes it even quasi-interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, we don't have to relitigate their first fight from 2015. It was a terrible fight, and Floyd won easily. But he's 49 years old. Pacquiao has actually had a real fight since then, even though he didn't win against Mario Barrios back in July of last year. A lot of people thought he did win. Mm-hmm. He looked pretty good for a guy that was coming out of a 4-year retirement that's in his mid-40s. And that's a lot more than...
Then Timothy Bradley steps in and shifts the focus back to real fighting. He says if Devin Haney doesn't beat Rolando Romero clean, then forget Ryan Garcia. That's not a prediction. That's a warning. He calls Romero awkward and explosive, the kind of fighter who breaks your rhythm. Then he breaks down Haney's jab, footwork, and control like a technician.
He does all that crazy stuff, but he leaves a lot of openings, for the taking. And a guy like Devin Haney, who understands the sweet science, who got good feet, good reactions, and excellent jab. I mean, the feints that he gonna be using on him as well, man. Because Dan Romero, he's so tensed up. You drop a feint on him, he.
Bradley points out how Romero reacts big to small moves, which suits Haney's style. But he reminds everyone one mistake can change everything. Then he gives Haney credit for testing himself. And when he says if Haney stays composed, he beats Ryan Garcia, it turns into something bigger than just one fight.
Ryan Garcia, your ass is next, bro. Your ass is next. Yeah, everybody all high and strung out on Ryan Garcia after that last performance, but I'm not. I'm not high. I'm telling y'all. No, you get in there with a tremendous boxer, man. And if Dev didn't get dropped in that first fight, if he didn't get dropped in that first fight, he held that phone, he would have.
Then Robert Garcia comes in and says maybe none of that matters. He favors Haney, but reminds everyone power doesn't follow logic. He frames it as control versus chaos. If you can't outbox Haney, you have to make it messy. And that's where fights become dangerous.
He's got power, man. He's got power. He could land a punch just like he did against Ryan and be effective also. I met Rolly's a couple weeks ago in Vegas, and we hanged out chill for a little bit, and he's actually an interesting person, man. Smart kid, you know, even though a lot of people might not think so. Smart kid, so you can't help not wish him well. You know, he's a great person. But you know, I would favor Haney.
Garcia talked about awkward angles and unpredictable shots, the kind that slip through when you're focused on technique. But he also respects Haney's discipline, saying if he stays patient, he can control everything. So it becomes a battle between structure and disruption. Who controls the fight first?
Controversy, things that happened, you know, but I don't know, just because Ryan already did it once, I think he could do it again. I think Ryan's still fast enough, he's tall enough, has that reach to be able to land those punches. I think I would favor Ryan, but you know, I also wouldn't be surprised at all if Haney just dominates, because he does have.
Looking at everything, boxing feels split into two worlds. Legends like Floyd, Tyson, and Pacquiao still dominate attention through their names, while the new generation fights to prove themselves. Haney represents control, Romero chaos, and Ryan Garcia is the wild card. Skill versus power, both can win. That's what makes this era unpredictable.
Ryan is a big name, you know, a huge name. People want to see him. I don't mind seeing any of those rematches. You know, Ryan could fight Haney again, and Ryan could fight Rollins again, and they're very big fights, very interesting fights. Haney has put himself in a great position now that he's a world champion also, and he's also pretty famous out there. People do want to.
Now it comes down to this: does Haney dominate, or does Romero shock everyone? And what about the Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tyson situation? Is it still boxing or just business now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters.